We've put together a behind-the-scenes piece that will give you a glimpse of some of the places Abdu'l-Baha went, where we did location shooting this past year.
So here's a map of our travels that I put together, and we've seen the road trip, and now we see some of the air trips that we've taken. So after Colorado, our first major trip was to New England, where we flew into Manchester and then drove up to Elliott, where Greenacre is. Down to Dublin and then over to the Boston area to shoot several locations. Our next big trip was to go to Chicago and to shoot there, several locations, Lincoln Park and the House of Worship and some churches and places like that. Another trip was to Washington, D.C., where we shot for several days. And then prior to that, Anne had gone to Baltimore to do some shooting as well. We did do another trip then to California after that and shot the Bay Area, many different locations. And one more large trip, a 10-day trip to New York, New Jersey, and Philadelphia area, and upstate New York, where we got a tremendous amount of things done. And each time the weather was gorgeous. It really cooperated for us. It was like these blessings.
My name is Anne of Greenacre, and I love being here. So when Abdu'l-Baha came to Greenacre, he came by motor car and arrived in the afternoon, and there were 500 people lined up to meet him. And along the road, Japanese lanterns, and we're lucky to have one of these preserved. This belongs to Paris and Mara Kavari. I wanted to show this to you. So if you can picture these lanterns lining the road from the main road in Elliott down to the Sarah Farmer Inn when Abdu'l-Baha arrived, and the excitement of all the people as he arrived here. We've had so many confirmations along the way, and one of them was how we came by that lantern. So here we were shooting footage and trying to recreate this old photograph. And I noticed one of the lanterns was in the photograph. So I said to the archivist, Roseanne, that I wish we had one. And just then a car pulled up and someone we didn't know got out and handed me a box. I opened the box and it was the only lantern that still exists from 1912, sent over by dear friends from Portsmouth who just thought I might be interested in seeing it. So here are some more production stills from our travels. This one is in Colorado at the train station. Then we're in Elliott again with an old car, actually from the 20s. And here at Agnes Parsons' boathouse, where Abdu'l-Baha met with the servants and encouraged them about race unity. This is at Hull House, where he greeted some immigrants. And as you see, the House of Worship in the background. This is a typical spread of our costumes and fezzes and so forth in Washington, D.C., and here we are representing some of the early believers. Tim with his camera, and I'm portraying Alice Pike Barney in front of her studio house, which was a place visited by Abdu'l-Baha. This is at the Berkeley Greek Theater, where he visited. Here we're recreating a scene that took place in New York that we actually shot in Berkeley. It's an old camera we used for aesthetic purposes, because it struck us that someone was around taking pictures of Abdu'l-Baha and others. You know, so many people have assisted us with this project, and it's an individual initiative, but we've had the support of institutions and many people that have really helped us out. So we're looking forward to finishing it, and we invite you to like us on Facebook, to follow us on Twitter, and to check out our KickStarter, as well as our website.
Right, www.luminousjourney.org. So thank you for letting us be here today, this evening, not sure, but we're happy to share our film with you, and we invite you to any screening that we have in the future.
Send us some prayers and some energy. Thank you.
Bye-bye.